The simple joy of a father and son sharing a moment. Ivan Martinez cherishing every second of fatherhood.
The rainbow fish was the most beautiful fish in the sea.
Being there for his son in a way his dad couldn't be there for him.
I don't have any pictures with him. It's kind of sad.
Tragedy struck before Ivan could know his father. He was just 10 days old when his dad died at the Murrah Federal Building. Reverend Gilbert Xavier Martinez was inside the Social Security office on the first floor, there to help someone else with an issue.
The stories I've heard is that he was a leader first, outgoing, helper of the community.
30 years later, Ivan is sharing his family's story of resilience and hope, choosing love over hate.
We've managed to grow stronger out of it, and yeah, that void is never filled, but we're stronger together.
Everything Ivan knows about his dad comes from stories. Gilbert was a pastor at a local church with a predominantly Hispanic congregation. He was a teacher at OKCPS and an Army veteran.
But the main story I've heard of him is how much he loved the people of his congregation. So we still keep in tabs with a lot of people at our church. I know as a dad, he always put his kids first.
At 35 years old, Gilbert left behind a wife and 5 young children. Ivan was too young to have any memories of him.
Did you ever feel like it was unfair?
Yeah.
What was that grief like for you?
I don't get jealous of my siblings. I think it's harder for them because they actually knew him. It's hard for me in a different sense.
Growing up, he had stepdads and brothers-in-law as father figures, but his real dad's absence is deeply felt during big milestones like his wedding.
I don't really speak about it, but the most grievance I felt was probably my wedding day, the day before my wedding day. And sorry, I get a little emotional, but yeah, I mean, I've never felt his absence ever until that day. I was just looking for a dad pep talk, and I didn't get that.
Then his son's birth.
Just not him being able to meet his grandpa is really hard.
Antonio Xavier shares the same middle name as his grandpa. He just turned 1. He's got big, bright eyes and a contagious laugh. Ivan looks forward to sharing stories with him about Grandpa Gilbert and carrying on traditions.
I do plan to visit the Memorial Museum with him every year, as well as going to the Remembrance Ceremony. So those are 2 traditions that I think this family will maintain.
Not everyone lives in OKC anymore, but on April 19th, the family prioritizes being together.
There hasn't been one ceremony I think I've missed since I was 1.
Did you and your family ever have that moment and that thought of, if he had just not been there that day?
I put myself in my dad's shoes. I would have helped a friend too.
Ivan's mom says they were meant to be there that day too, but he was being fussy, so plans changed.
I think about that a lot. But as far as my dad, what if, it's crazy to say this, but you know, the blessings that came out of that disaster, it's just, I don't know, it's hard to explain.
Blessings like the Survivors Education Fund Scholarship. This allowed the kids to pursue their dreams. Ivan has a master's degree. He spent some time working for Boeing and is now at Lockheed Martin.
I don't think I would be here without it. Our education lineage in our family is generations above of what my dad ever dreamed of.
Antonio Xavier will grow up hearing the same heartfelt stories that Ivan did, and more importantly, he'll have his dad by his side.
I also tell him, you know, stories as he grows older, you know, like the day before my wedding where I got really emotional. I'm going to be there for him.